This actually looks a little foggy. So let's clean the lens. It does happen. So, one thing about my job, it can be very monotonous, very long staked. I don't even know if that's a word. I don't think it is. I just made it up, and if I say it enough, it'll become a word within itself. So, as I work, a lot of times I'll get questions on anything from supplies to how I do things, the best way of doing things, stuff like that. So the best way I can give customer service is showing you what I do. So that's what I'll do here. I also know that all my information can help people. Also, on the returning end of things, these videos bring up my morale, and they actually focus on, like right now, the way I feel, because I work till 1 in the morning and I wake up at 7 in the morning. And I'm like, this, like how I look tired, but I look progressive, not like Flo. But the way I feel, like right now, is like this. That's how I feel. And people want to get into the seed industry, and that's cool. I get it. I did. I don't discourage anybody. Do the best you can. Best advice I could say is long hours. Put your heart into it. Put your time into it. Put your money into it. If you work another job and you don't have any workers, you're not going to really make it. You'll make some beer money, but that's it. Anyway, so all right, let's get to comments. Oops. Live chat. Here we are. Arsenic Element, the guy from New Jersey. Hello. Leon. Hello. Walker, Texas Pepper. Good morning, Jim and chat. Bruce Cook says, I sent a couple pro players a few prematalis for a food challenge, and they did it last night on video and got owned. Ha ha ha. Want to see it? Yes, I want to see it. Yeah, you can send it to me. I will watch it. I'll sort seeds later, and that's when I binge watch stuff. In fact, I already watched the Book of Boba today, which it was a solid, not bad. Okay, Bruce Cook says they asked for me for the hottest peppers I had, and so I gave to what they wished for. Epic. Hello. Paintball, I mean. Okay. All right, so I'll just get into transplanting right now. There's some seedlings. They're getting, if they're not bad. Sometimes they'll get a little bit of leggy. That means they're reaching for the light. I'm going to miss. I can't really post it here, Bruce Cook, unless you're a moderator and all that stuff. Just post it on a group. You can tag me. Just tag me on it. I don't care. Yeah, post it on a group. Hot Peppers Haven, Super Hot Pepper Growing, Pure Peppers. Check out Pure Peppers and Hot Sauces. Join those groups. I'm an administrator. I'm an administrator on 22 groups. Just post it there, and I will watch it. I will. I do promise you. So, these are pretty decent. And a lot of people, I'm going to try to go through the basics. And yes, I feel like I'm goofing off at work. Basically, I am. But if it helps anybody. People, here, I want to show you something. Right here. So when you start, okay, I don't want to miss too many comments. I just like hot sauce that's crazy hot. Yes, I like growing peppers, but just enough to make hot sauce for me. That's cool. Okay, Bruce Cook says, I haven't been able to buy seeds yet, let alone sow them because of my utility bill last month. So ridiculous because I have 4 roommates and 3 of them didn't help with bills, so I couldn't afford. Did you ever think about beating your roommates? Like when they sleep, a pillowcase with soap will get those roommates to pay for the utility bill. So that works. Okay, so let's get to this. People ask me about germinating. I do this, and I use my customers' methods or reflections into my videos. Some people start in red soil, making a mess. Red soil cups compared to this. This will germinate faster than this. I mean, look, check this out. So the heat has less room to travel to the seed. Okay, and when I put the seed in, sometimes people take a pen and just go like this. As you notice, I put a bunch of seeds in there. So I push. Okay. All right, thanks, Bruce. I got your message. Okay. All right, so sometimes people put pens in there. I use my finger, and I'll drop in 3-4 seeds because it's just better that way. It's fine. They germinate faster in this than this. I've also noticed, do I? Yes, I do. I'll show you this. People love visual aids. So in my process, and eventually what I'm going to do in this video is probably ignore all of you and just start working and then glance back at the comments. I need to get more view time on here anyway. So some people start germinating in here and they're like, dude, your seeds are taking like 2 months to germinate and they're rotting. Yeah, because you need 80 degrees, stuff like that. Some people, several customers said, yeah, my temperature is 70 to 75. On a germination mat? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, and there's some more topics and more things I want to get into. I'm good. Once again, I'm looking at myself on this. I'm looking at myself. Why? Mr. Pickles, why don't you have a notebook down here to write notes? I've been saying this all year. You haven't done it. You keep looking at yourself, and it's like you lie to yourself. You said you're going to do it, and you never did it. So I really need to have a notebook down here just for future videos, ideas and stuff like that. Some of my customers get my instruction sheets, and they might read it, they might not. And a misconception is when I say you need to have 80 degrees, you want your soil to be about 80 degrees. So heat rises, but your germination mats, as it goes up, and you put cool, I try to put lukewarm water in here. Putting freezing cold water really works against yourself. I mean, it takes X amount of time, but it's taking time. So, yeah, I'm always tired. Always. Because I'm always working. I might as well go live more, since I'm working anyway. Misconception. I've had my coffee today. There's no excuse for this. I just need to get some work done, drink some more coffee. I should have some drinks down here, but I don't. Misconception. Germination mat might be 80 degrees. Okay. So they might not have a germination mat. So the logic of some of my customers say, oh, I don't want to spend money on a germination mat. According to Pickle's instructions, all we got to do is have it around 80 degrees. How about I compromise? Once you start using that word compromise, at least in your head, you're going to jeopardize the quality of your germinating, meaning your germination rates will go down, stuff like that. So what they do is they'll say, hey, I don't want to spend $10, $15 or $25 on germination mat. Let's get don't do the mat. Put it in a reservoir tray, put it in this. Some people, a lot of people, just put it in here. Why? They say, why skip it? So now they're cutting corners again. And then they take the room temperature and bring it up to about 75. Well, that doesn't mean your soil's going to be 75. And you're actually, like Bill, or Cook was saying, not Bill Cook, Cook was saying, the utility bill. You're going to jack up your utility rates. All you had to do is get a germination mat. And I understand. I totally get it. Trust me, I've been there. Times can be tough. I went through tough times. And, you try to cut corners, but it gets tough. All right, I'm going to get to comment sections, and then I'm just going to start working. And I'm going to miss a lot of comments, but I'll go back. All right. Those are a-holes on several different game systems all day when they aren't at work and generate over $600. Yeah. I see Bruce Cook is upset with his roommates. I had over $70 worth of seeds in my cart and hoping to check out early last month, and the electric bill ruined. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a roommate issue, not really a planting issue. But yeah, my advice to you is, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and move out yourself, or get them to move out and have better roommates. That way it's not eating up your seed money. All right. What up, Jimmy? Have a great day, man. Millertown Foods, Family Foods and Gardening. Thank you for the reviews. And I don't know what in the world happened on YouTube. I'm like, I see you posting, but I don't see it showing up on YouTube. And I searched, and so I searched like 3 times, and your name didn't even pop up for my people I subscribe to. And yeah, YouTube unsubscribed me. That's crazy. Some people here, probably even watching now, mentioned to me that they got unsubscribed. But anyway, hey, I got a lot of work to do. What I decide, I tell you what, I need a drink, like non-alcohol. But oh, hey, quick thing. Somebody brought to my attention yesterday. I guess it's old news, that there was rumors that one of my videos I was drunken. Not one single video. It was the one I was blasting the one group that renames everything and asked for bribes from me. Yeah, I was not drunk. I was just upset. But people say whatever they want to say. All right, I'm going to grab a drink, come down here, maybe like a raspberry drink or something like that, or milk or whatever. And I have a lot of work to do. So I'm not going to try to keep comments specifically to subject matter. Although you guys can say anything you want, this isn't always about growing, but growing as people and coming together and connecting. So you know what? Forget that. Disregard that. We're all one big pepper family. So you guys say what you want to say, as long as it's nice and clean and positive messages. All right, so I got to do all this. Let me get a drink. I'll be back down. Well, I've been on here for 15 minutes and I have gotten 0 work done. But this is what I'm drinking. It's not a review. It's cherry Lemonade. Just pop, regular pop. Whew. All right. What I'm thinking is I need to start, instead of just sitting here BSing, which I could do all day, I got too much work to do, folks. So what I'm going to do, oh man, is this the right one? I'm going to raise this and I'm going to work. And you guys are going to watch me work for about an hour. At least an hour. What am I doing? I don't even know. This tripod, I swear tripods wear out within 6 months. Here we go. I'm going to raise this. Now I'm like Wilson at Home Improvement. Ooh. All right. It's time to work. I get messages on every little thing you could ever imagine. So, this is my soil of choice, Ocean Forest Fox Farm. Is it expensive? Yes. Do you need it? No. But, so what I'm doing here, I got all these cups. So I'm going to fill them all up so I could transplant this stuff. New cross coming out. So, all right. So I'm just filling up cups. I'll glance at messages and comments, but I might not be as responsive. I'll be more responsible, but not as responsive. So I could have renamed this video Going to Work with Pickles. Father and Son Day at work. If I had a cameraman, just filling it up, flush. Sometimes it's good to push it down and add a little extra. Also, I noticed some people in videos, I guess I could have brought this camera up a little higher. I watch over groups and stuff like that because, you know, I enjoy it. But I noticed, here, I'll give an example. I'm going to give an example. Visual aids. No joke. These are things I see. Now, as I just said, putting dirt in here, push it down, add a little extra dirt. I see stuff like this. Does it work? Yes. But this is more efficient. Because when you have plants that you're germinating and all that, or not already germinated, transplanted in here, it creates a shadow. And you're getting less light. These things really do matter. I mean, I've been growing my whole life. I'm not a newbie at it, so I don't know why I just dumped that out, but that's a little hint for you. So, fill this up. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to say. You know, let me know how your Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or any other holiday you celebrate, how that went. New Year's Eve is coming up. I know COVID's out in the world. I don't have a social life, so nothing really matters other than planting. If I end up not doing anything, I could just do a New Year's special here. And I'll get into some hints on things that we could do. I'm glad I'm doing this video because it's making me think more. I'll see what I could come up with for something. Oh, also, YouTubers. This is a YouTube thing, not a growing thing, a YouTube thing. There's some good people I spoke with. Oh, you know what? Saucy Shane made a post yesterday. You know, he needs to start watching my videos and I could promote him. He's a nice guy. He really is. I met him through Everything Spicy over at Phil's channel. He's done a couple of reviews for me. So check out Everything Spicy. Or not. Yeah. Check out Everything Spicy. Also check out Saucy Shane. The guy he's trying to get 4,000 watch hours. I think he has more hours than I do. I explain things how on numbers through YouTube Studios, how they do things. See, I don't get paid for this, but this does promote my channel. I mean, this does promote my business, jppepperseeds.com. So, all that other stuff. So, I try to treat this, ultimately, you know, this channel has been, and this is blatantly honest, a promotional tool. This is do not make a mistake. I will not make the mistake. It is a promotional tool. Self-promoting, self-promoting, self-promoting. Yes, that's exactly what it is. You know, if you're running a business, why not? You got to make a paycheck. You got to make a paycheck. You got to make a living. But I also try to support others on here as well. Me. Yeah. Okay, Miller Tom Family Foods and Gardening. Guess what we're doing today? I'm doing something. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm putting you in timeout. No, I'm kidding. Miller Tom Family Foods and say something. Say anything. Say hello. Just say something. You'll notice. I may have. I don't remember. Come on, Miller. Say something. Go ahead, say it. Come on. I did something. There you are. Boom, you got the wrench. Now you can drop your link. Miller Tom Family Foods and Gardening. Lots of fun. Family friendly. He'll bring his wife into this channel. Check him out. Drop your link. Drop that link. See, this is why I never get work done. Because I'm such a goofball. There you go. You got time out, man. You do not embarrass me in front of company. Yeah, I gave you the wrench. All right. So I'm thinking about what I can and cannot do. I've done research. Believe it or not, I've done more research than people think I have. I can start late and move fast. So, a couple sprouts over there. That's good. Anyway, hormones. We're going to talk about hormones here. Root hormones. We're not going to talk about estrogen or any of that. Let me see if I might have some. I have my. If you research plant or root hormones and stuff like that, I came up with my own mixture that really works well. But let me see if I have a pre-packaged mixture. I'm looking. Let's still have this junk down here. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll go upstairs real quick and I'll see if I have any of that hormone solution. We could start talking about hormones for root, because our plants go in stages. You want to do germination. You don't need nutrients when you do germination. You need root hormones to get those roots going. You don't need to use it, but it really does help. It really helps. So there's that. And then after that, you don't need that too much. I mean, you could use that progressively through your scheduling of growing plants. And then you get more into nitrogen. Nitrogen is a good thing, but a bad thing. When you want your plant to flower, you don't want too much nitrogen, because nitrogen actually causes flower drop and everything like that. Let me run upstairs real quick and see if I have any root hormones. Have any root hormones? Oh man. Hello. I know I have more root hormones around, but did you know? Make sure it's right. Cinnamon is a natural root hormone, and it keeps pests away. Just drinking some pop, no alcohol. All right. So the cups, I'm just going to go ahead and push down in them. I know I'm missing comments, but I'm going to miss comments if I need to get work done. I'm just taking... I don't need to say anything. You guys are going to know what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm just pushing my fingers down into the dirt. And the dirt compresses cinnamon. So I lightly sprinkle on the soil. It's a natural root hormone. Maybe I'll do a special video. Once again, pickles. Once again, you could have actually, and boy, it smells good down here. It smells like Christmas after Christmas. I really should have a pen and paper down here to actually start thinking about future videos. So what I'm going to do is transplant all this. And make sure you get tags for all of this. There's a lot here. So this is how much cinnamon I put on. I'm ignoring comments because I should actually try to get down into the hole. Also, as you can see, the roots actually are growing. And when you see the pinkish white part, that's how far I'll transplant it down. And roots will grow out of that area. So I'm putting 1 plant per red solo cup. So I start out with this, I go to this, and then I go to this. Feel free to share the video and smash that thumbs up. I will read comments once I'm done with this tray. I'll tell you what, it smells really nice down here. These are my little happy trees, like Bob Ross. You know, there was a Bob Ross show on Netflix. I think it was Netflix. I watched most of it, and then it started getting good, and I think the network screwed him over. I'm not sure the story on Bob Ross. Seemed like an interesting guy. Happy little trees. So transplant that. A couple of them I might toss out. We'll get this tray down. We'll get to comments. And then I'll progress more. So, you know, if people are asking for seeds, please recommend me. You know, if somebody's looking for a seed I don't have, yeah, recommend somebody else, because obviously I would not be a good recommendation if I didn't have that variety that particularly looking for. So, yeah, that when people ask for, hey, looking for seeds, you recommend anybody, jppepperseeds.com. Recommendations mean a world to me. You know, I try to give as much customer service to these people, to customers or potential customers. I also do it works. This is a lot of freaking cinnamon I'm breathing in. Anyway, I feel like I'm at some Dutch bakery or something. All right, so I'm gonna do my labels. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's so many videos I could do. The more I do this video, like brainstorming, so I'm just putting all the labels in. But yeah, I do customers. It seems like I absolutely 100% spend at least 1 hour a day doing somebody else's customer service. And I try not to turn anybody down. Usually what it is somebody buys seeds from somebody else, no matter who it is, just somebody else, and they can't get a hold of that person. I probably I guarantee I'm probably one of the top 3 seed vendors on Facebook that does the most hours in his company. You know, that being said, I still give a tremendous amount of customer support. The reason that I can do that, and the reason that I do that, another reason why I do that is I do it because of community spirit. I do it for potential sales. I do it because I drink a lot of coffee, and I do customer service because I freaking love to talk. But I mean, it's something to consider. If you're running to another vendor and buying from another one to do customer service, maybe it wasn't a good idea buying from that individual. There's about five vent. It's like I'm doing customer service right now, not at the current moment, for competitors, and they continue to buy from them. And I'm like, man, I love numbers. I start crunching numbers. I'm like, well, this individual asked me a lot about so and so. I'm like, wow. Like, nothing bad. It's just like I'm having problems germinating with their seeds. I'm thinking, why didn't you go to them? Why didn't you go to them? But I actually said that, and you know what they reply? I can't get a hold of them. They're online, but I can't get a hold of them. Or they're working another job. And that's nothing against the other vendors. It just, man, if you're asking for me to do customer service, is this the best pen I could use? It gets a little old. So that's why it inspired me to do this live video. So you guys can ask grow questions. We can connect. Oh, yeah. I switched pens because this is thicker. I had one. These videos reflect upon my knowledge, my experience, and not only that, but other people's experiences. So it all comes together here. But I ask people if they need customer service and they bought from somebody else, I do ask them to go to them instead of me because it takes time out of my day. But this place you can ask. If you buy from somebody else, you can ask me here. So this is free flow, and I do appreciate it because it helps my channel out. It gives me more content and more things to talk about, more things to think about. We can all grow together. If I did everybody's customer service, there's no way in hell I could get any work done at all. I'm really behind on comments, so just bear with me. I also do want to mention tags, certain tags and materials. Okay, this is more grainy and this is smoother. The grainy stuff will last a little bit longer, but also Chinese, look it up, Chinese grease pens. Sharpie makes them. They will last longer than this. Also map out your grow. Yep, there's a bag down. So, yeah, it's crazy. I woke up today, over 100 people messaged me. Every day I wake up, it's 100 people. And I'm in a hurry to get orders out. So I tell people, I drop this link and I said, just ask me the questions here if it's not pertaining to my seeds, and I will help you. I enjoy talking. Obviously, I enjoy talking. Okay. So, yep. Make sure you don't mix up your tags. Keep an eye on your tags. Watering can have a play effect. Some of the stronger grow lights are actually bleach it out a little bit or start to. The sun will bleach out stuff. Chinese grease markers are really the best thing. I'm not using that currently. I don't like using them, and I'll tell you why though. Because they're hard to clean off. People are like, you can't clean those off. We tried. You can. I've tried them. You can. Acetone, ketone. I don't know if you could readily get available to ketone. It's a highly absorbent alcohol that will take off writing. All right, one more. And then we'll get into, and as I say, I feel goofy about saying certain things, but I'm just going to say it anyway, because if it's on my mind, it should be all right, right? Not really. Never know what's in my mind. But even here, I don't even have time to read comments if I'm going to get work done, but I will. I'm going to take some time and read some comments, and I'll sit down. Who's all in here? Alrighty. Okay. Warren G, hello. Miller Tom subscribed to Arsenic Element. Very good. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out your videos, Arsenic Element. I swear I watched something. I just don't remember. Yeah, the cinnamon does work. Oh, it also keeps the leaves very green. So you Miller Tom Family Foods, and make sure you subscribe to Miller Tom Family Foods. Good friend, good enthusiast. So it says, so you transplant. That here kicks on and off. I swear it's kicking dust. Always going to be dust down here. Yeah. I do transplant them into here before they get the true set of leaves, which is, the bigger ones. They'll get leggy in here. It gives me a chance to transplant them deeper. It's what I do. You guys can do whatever you want. One thing about growing, there's more than one way of growing. And you can still have the same results. No, Omar, you're fine. Warren G. You're welcome. Awesome, AJ. Yes, oil-based markers. That's cool. That's cool, Terry. I'm thirsty. I went to the store the other day, didn't get much to drink. All right. Watering. I just use these containers. And a mistake people make is overwatering. It's very little. That's it. I don't pour directly onto the plant, around the plant. It's got the cinnamon in there as a root hormone. I got the Fox Farms Ocean Forest. So, boom. Done. All right. Now I'm going to have to find a place to put this. I also need to check my other plants. All right, so I'll put it back here. And let's take a moment and water the other plants. Oh, man. Not all my grow lights are set up. So I'm going to water all this stuff before I forget. This is basically a work day. Okay. Now you guys notice the condition of this, the size of this. I transplanted that and see how much bigger it is? Probably within a week's time. And they'll start doubling for me every week. So let's water. Bridge over troubled water. When your plants are dry and they need water. Yeah, what's your plants getting leggy? I think I just overlooked something. There's that. It's one way of doing things. One container needs refilled. Another bottle finished. So one thing I do want to mention is it's always good to, I got to get another tray, so I'll show you anyway. So if you guys, most of you guys are doing this as a hobby, which is awesome, and you're going to be gone, and you have a germination mat underneath, I add a little bit of water on the tray. And as the moisture, so it doesn't burn out the seedlings, brings up the moisture upwards. I don't put much. Make sure there's no holes in it. Water, test it, put a little bit, see if any water's dripping. That's another hint for you. Let me water a little bit more over here. All right, so I'm still in the same variety, and I got to get more red solo cups. So here's a bunch more. Soil back onto my chair. I'm trying to think of things I could tell you, hints, helps. I thought of something. Oh, make sure to check out my Mountain Dew reviews. There was something. I don't know. So, once again, filling the soil in the cups. This one's ripped. I'm going to throw that out. What time is it? 11:30. All right. Am I expecting something today? I don't know. I think so. So, I put enough soil in here. If it's pushed, I push it down a little bit. I don't want to compact. You want oxygen to the roots, but I also make sure we add a little bit extra. That way you're not creating a shadow and you'll get a little bit better light source for your seedlings. So I'm going to move it a little faster. Get this done. Gotta get production up, Pickles. Let's go, let's go. Now I'm actually really behind schedule, believe it or not. All orders have been shipped already. Keep those orders flying in. jppepperseeds.com. Remember, root hormones do help your plants. I go through these bags like nothing. I bought 75 bags. It's good to wear a mask doing this stuff too, honestly. All right, last one. All right, now I got all my cups. Could add a little extra dirt in here. That way it doesn't create much of a shadow. Somebody posted a new video on TikTok and they don't stop. TikTok and you don't stop. So anyway, push a little hole in here to, actually need one finger. I'm doing one plant per container. So I'm just doing that real quick. Now, I did pull this out, root hormone, Master B in the train. It's like a bad. So you got to follow directions on this stuff. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to do this. I'm just using the cinnamon. It's root hormone. I pulled this out. I'll read directions on another video, like in a month, when I transplant it to like a 1-gallon container. That's when it's going to be more important. So we got my cinnamon. I got from Market District here. Cinnamon is a natural root hormone. And I'll get into comments here in a second. Can you imagine going to work and just being on video all day long? All right, let's get to comments. Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion seeds. Yeah, that should be on the site. Should be on the site. Oh, that's another thing. I'll lean back here. Put my arm up here. See a hot chick walking by. What's up? That's how seeds, yo. I am a goofy. I am a goofy individual. But yeah, like I said, I mean here. Be great if I fell. No, it would not. I'm thinking of general questions people ask me all the time, and one of the biggest questions is this on the site? Is that on the site? Is this on the site? Is that on the site? I get it all day long. Here on a live video, perfect. Hey, perfect. When I'm working, people sending me private messengers, is this on the site? You know, and a lot of times I'll say yes, or it might be sold out, stuff like that, but Yeah, it's always best to check the site jppepperseeds.com. But this is live, so it's perfect. Yeah, I just filled somebody's order with some of those. I'm still on inventory. By the way, it's important for me to let you all know I'm still on inventory. You know, if something sells out, let me know. Once again, it would be good if I personally had a notebook down here. I really should grab one, put one down here. I mean, I could do it now. Maybe I'm too lazy, but we could do that. A little tidbit, fun fact, I used to get yelled at in all my jobs for talking too much. All right, more comments. No, I don't mix it with the water. Just on top. Cinnamon also keeps out like gnats and stuff like that and various other bugs. It's not perfect, but it basically keeps the gnats away if you have too much moisture. Okay. Okay, I think I'm pretty much caught up with the comments, so I'm going to transplant this stuff. You guys really can't see, other than I put a little bit in here. Oh, yeah, I always reflect on what people say to me because it could help me. It could help others. Sometimes, just sometimes, I'll get something I'll find ridiculously funny. One guy came on here, and he's friends of a friend, and it seems like he's a good guy. But unfortunately, I banned him from the channel. He was very demanding on questions. Like, if I didn't answer it in 30 seconds, I'm like, I don't need the negativity. He bought off of me once 3 years ago, and I had to replace his order because he couldn't germinate them, but the germination rates are great. So there's that. And well, anyway, I always remembered what he said to me. And I found it intriguing because it actually crossed my mind of doing this. And I'll get more into this too. Man, it is hot down here. Anyway, what he said to me was, since you go live and you need view hours and you want to be bigger on YouTube and your YouTube's going to help your company, isn't that right? I said, yes. Why don't you go live 24/7? Just create an ultimate JP reality show. I said, well, I can't. It's very distracting from work. He's like, yeah, but you don't have to do it all the time. He's like, dude, maybe once or twice a week, just go live all day long. And I'm like, and I said to this guy, I said, no, I can't do that. I said, I actually, as much as I love talking to y'all, I love my peace and quiet. And this is something that's been on my mind. I'll block the light. This is something that, believe it or not, and just please think of the mind frame of me coming up with this. One of the most important things in life, besides family, is peace of mind. Pickles doesn't get peace of mind like ever. Like ever. Like, I wonder how many messages I'm behind. 5 messages. That's okay. That's actually not bad. Later on. But I also do notice these live videos are positive. I get less messages on private messenger, like, thank God. Okay, facts. I planted Trinidad perfume, 100% germination rate. Thanks, man. So how many stages of transplant do you do, and how large is the final container? Good question. We'll get to your question right now. So, 1, 2, That's 3, which is 1 gallon. And then I will go up to a 4. It's usually 4 stages. Scratch my back here. I have got to have the goofiest freaking YouTube show ever. So, 4 stages of transplanting. So I go up to 5 gallon, but I also go up to, do not drop, that's pricey. I'll go up to as much as 25 gallon. You know, you want good root development and stuff like that. But, and the bigger container you have and you water a decent amount, you won't have to water as much. 5 gallon, say a 5 gallon bucket, you're going to have, it depending upon environment. I water like 2-3 times a week, sometimes less. But if I have a grow bag, I'm going to have to water almost every day. But it air prunes it too. That's another video I could do. Once again, pickles. Notebook. All right. So it's 4 stages on that. Let me transplant this and I'll get back to comments. Also, going back to my friend Saucy Shane, check his page out. I don't think he does that much peppers anymore. He's a nice guy. And I would like to help him. Help his channel. I gave him advice. Dude, I don't have time to go live. Technically, I don't have time to go live, but I make time. You got to make time. I said, you're driving to work. There's a guy on here. He might be in here now. Johnny Small Pepper. The guy's like driving his car or on a lunch break, does these positive, cool videos. You could do that. He makes time. You got to make time for it. Everybody has busy lives nowadays. For the most part, you know. I don't like this. It's thinner. Thicker. Man, I am seriously growing a lot of plants for this one variety. Why did I write it like that? So this will be an exclusive. I will get into it this coming season. Is that really it is? Yeah, I guess it is. I'll get to more comments. I know there's more there. This is a long title. So we're going to see how this works out. This is an F5. This is going to an F5. I'll tell you the type. Upon release. Too many Weisenheimers out there will say they already have it. And when they don't have it, it's already happened. And then they'll start selling seeds to it. Pepper Lovers Group threw me out because I got trolled over there and they did not like how I handled things. Why do I have to go to an administrator to let them know I'm getting trolled when the administrators are on the thread? That made no sense to me. Here, handle your group, man. I don't like getting trolled. So I said, hey, this guy is a scammer. He tagged me in a post to let people know my exclusives he had, which he did not. And he took a calyx from a bubble gum and glued it onto a pepper. And his finger was in there and there was a drop of glue on his finger. And a glue bottle in the background. And that's the post that got me banned. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man. What a joke. There's a lot of good guys over in that group, but yeah, I got banned on that group for that. I got banned because I complained about a troll. I'm like, wow. Guys are something else, but whatever. You know, that's this is a lesson to be learned for me. This is a lesson to be learned for me. There is a lesson. There is something for me to learn. I'm putting myself on the spot. It's a lesson that took me a while to learn. The lesson is, who cares? It's a group. There's another group. There's 10,000 other groups. They might have hidden agendas why they don't want you there. You know, competition, seed selling, stuff like that. So there's a lot of good people on that group, like a lot of good people. That's another lesson to be learned for people. Don't get upset if you're not in certain groups. Groups are construed. They are marketed, controlled. So there's that. All right, let's go to comments. No, not yours. Pepper Lovers itself. I really shouldn't be bringing up other groups in here, but Herrick says, found aphids all over my pepper plant. I'm overwhelming after it sat outside for a few warm days. I have never seen winter aphids, but it's 70 outside. I guess it makes sense they woke up. Yeah, depending upon your environment, certain insects for aphids is better than not. So, like if you're down south, like lacewigs might help. Praying mantises, that's a whole different subject. Praying man, yeah, I mentioned praying mantises in a gardening group, and boy, I got in trouble. I got in trouble for recommending praying mantises, and we're all learning. Okay, so I did not know this about praying mantises. Do you know praying mantises hang upside down on hummingbird feeders and they eat the hummingbirds? I didn't know that. And they're like, you must hate hummingbirds. Let's get pickles. Let's get pickles. You know, let's separate the sea. I'm like, pickles, get them. He recommended freaking praying mantises. That means he hates hummingbirds. I'm like, whoa. I didn't know. I don't use praying mantises. I think they're the coolest freaking insects ever. But I don't use them. I use ladybugs. Ladybugs works better here in the north than in the south. So, you know, there's all types of options. I'm not an expert by any standards of means. I just know ladybugs. Every ladybug will eat 50 aphids. There's that. Let's keep. You can talk pickles, but let's keep working. Also, neem oil, or you could get Dove dish soap, 1 drop in a spray bottle. Shake it up. It'll foam, of course, a little bit. Spray it lightly, and I urge lightly, on top of the leaves, underneath the leaves, the stems, and the soil. You got to do this 3 times a week for about 2 weeks, and they should be gone. Now, if they laid eggs, they're going to come back. You got to watch it like a hawk. I didn't even eat breakfast today. That could be another video. No, Miller, it wasn't your video. It wasn't yours. It was another group. Yeah, I try my best not to mention any negative experiences. Yeah, that's what happened. There's no mistake about it. I had administrators on my side. Some of them, and others are like, screw them. Kang Stars group. Yeah, threw me under the bus, but that was a while ago. I shouldn't mention it. I really shouldn't. You know, a couple individuals that I'm friends with told me, you know, we like your YouTube channel, but man, you're going to get in trouble. Your mouth just says anything. They're right. They're right. My mouth does say anything. They're like, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Negativity is negativity. Defending is still negativity. Keep positive. But my whole moral of the story was, on my behalf, or on not my behalf, on the situation. Who cares? Not everybody's going to like you. You know, there's people who hate me, there's people who love me. And if you get your name popular, holding this tray really brings a nice dramatic effect to it. Or if there was a scene, I could throw this on the ground and be like, bring me back in. So we're filling up these. I could have got more work done if I wasn't so blabby, but it helps the videos. Get another tray. I'll get some more. Oops. Always good to buy extra trays when you drop them and break them. Still more transplanting. Let's get to comments. That sounds pretty cool, Walker. We also added wasps for horned worm issue in our squash. Yeah, they the wasps lay those eggs and stuff that are parasites on the hornworms. I was just saying that for people who didn't know. And if you ever see a hornworm and it has all those white things on it, that's what it is. It's wasp. Beginning of wasps. They're going to kill the hornworms. Oh, another thing. I get maybe 3 to 5 hornworms a year, and the best way to find it is a little black light. You can go to like Amazon or anywhere, just a little black light, and they will glow. Hornworms will glow. They will glow. All right, so let's continue. Just filling up more soil in these. This is what I do. Bring it here, put it in the bag. I push it down a little bit. Then I'll add a little bit. You don't want it too compact because you want oxygen to the roots. And certain soils will be more compact. Sometimes if you get a soil that's too compact, see all the white specks in there? That's perlite. That helps irrigate your soil. Irrigation for soil is very, very important. Very important. You could kill plants if you don't have enough irrigation. Here's a question for you guys. How many plants are you guys going to grow? How many plants do you actually plant in the ground? Oh, that's interesting. You guys, Walker's asking me the same question I'm asking you guys. How many plants do you actually plant in the ground? If any, if so, what would you prioritize to grow in ground? I grow in containers. Next season, we will have many 5-gallon added as well. Just curious. Yeah, I don't grow in the ground. I grow above. I'll grow about 25 to 3,000 plants. About 3,000 plants. And some people doubted me. And I'm like, just for fun, just because I had too much coffee. There's 2 individuals doubted me. I said, all right, we're going to do this. We're actually going to do this. We're going to do it. So I went out there and I lifted my nets. And each net's like a different size. So, and I'm not here to teach where you get supplies stuff either for future competitors. Uh, I don't give all information away because I don't want to train competition. But yeah, so I lifted it in certain containers. Like I might have a 25-gallon container. I probably won't even use those this year. If I do, I'll put multiple plants in it. Um, I know some people for a small square area, like say like this, they'll put about 6 plants in. Uh, since I do this full time, this is my full-time job, nonstop. We're talking, and some of the nets are pretty big. They're bigger than others. I'll put up to 30 or 40 plants in a small section. You just got to keep watering it, and you got to prune it a certain way. And people will ask me, well, how do you prune that way? You actually just got to look at how the sun is. The leaves are important. Pruning is good for long growing seasons. Topping and stripping is good for long seasons. Short seasons, I do not recommend it. I do have on my playlist of how to grow topping and stripping. So, and not the fun stripping, by the way. Okay. Well, it says, first year grower last year, I grew about 45 plants. That's awesome. You know, that's about, before I was a company, I grew about 40. I grew 40 to 50 plants. You don't really need much more than that unless you're going to make some type of a profit. Or I should be saying, you should grow all my seeds and then buy more next year, right? Wink, wink. About 10 in the ground. Yeah. It's like Lollapalooza campsite. Yes, keep smashing that thumbs up. I think this is it for this. So I'll just do this. More I made a mistake. Put a little cinnamon for root hormones. It really does work. I'm not joking. Another reason to cough and sneeze. Smells good though. Here's a subject. I don't know how I'd make it a long video, but I'll show you here in a second. I could act like 7 Pot Club and make it into a song and a dance. Rob Coleman. Caphead. Usually what I do is I'll squeeze it a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I'll just transplant it. And I'm not going to worry about it. And when I wet it, and maybe later today if I happen to see that one again, it'll pop off easier because the moisture will get into it. It'll be nice and soft. That's how you pop those off. The old Caphead. Here's another old Caphead. Yeah, don't worry about them too much. You get them wet enough and you're happy to see them in the long run, they'll pop off. I need some more solo cups. I could use the smaller ones over here. Get the comments. I'm permanently disabled, so I do all my transplanting from a table in a lift recliner. First time growing, but more messages. I'm gonna ignore those. Non-pepper related. Funny videos from TikTok somebody sent me. Anyway, sorry. So Jason Heaton says, I'm permanently disabled. Very sorry to hear that. So I do all my transplanting from a table and my lift recliner. First time growing, but all my seed wise has germinated and been transplanted. That's awesome, Jason. All right, let's get a couple more of these. I'm thinking I really went crazy on this seed type. I'm not going to say what type it is because it's one of my creations that I should be releasing this year. If I'm not really satisfactory with it, I'm not going to release it. But I'm trying to be a little bit pickier. All right, that should be enough for those. I didn't put root hormone on them. It's not going to kill it. I could still put some on afterwards. Once you put a little cinnamon on, or vitamin, was it B12 or what? Not B12, B1. B1 is a root hormone as well. You get those at hydroponic stores. That's all we're doing. Oh, what have I been doing with these? Nothing over there. I'll put these mostly outside the soil. Yeah, I'll just wait and I'll put it outside. I don't want to reuse the soil because there could be seeds in here still that could germinate, and it's a great way to mix up your grow. And then customers come up to me like, you sold me the wrong type. I know, I don't mix anything up. I never mix anything up. Pickles, you owe me money. And I'm like, how come my grow never gets mixed up? Like, ever. I mean, like, is it a possibility I screwed it up? Is it a possibility I mixed it up? Yes, it is a possibility. A lot of times I'll just send a replacement, but I mean, and then I'll break it down. I'm like, I had a lot of coffee. I'm going to talk to this individual. That's going to be driving me nuts, the light there. And I'll be like, how is it? And this, I remember one individual, 2 or 3 individuals were like, yeah, they're mixing stuff up every year. And they're like, Pickles mixes this stuff up. Doesn't grow true. Isolation doesn't work. And meanwhile, what they were doing, I found out all those individuals were using the same planter cell over and over and over again. So they'd pull the seedlings out and put more seeds in. That's okay if it's the same type, but if it's a different type, it could get mixed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put seed tags on here. And then I'm going to check my mail, see if my mail came. Oh, I think I am expecting hot sauce or something. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to. One thing I've noticed in general, I'm actually speechless about, is this winter. It's been one of the most mild winters I've ever came across. Oh, another thing. What I just did, I picked this up and there was writing on the other side. I crossed it out because that's another way you can mix up your grow. These little things, believe it or not, mean a lot in the long run. I should have new creations coming out next year. Oh, as I go through this and I start thinking about things, I wonder how dusty this is up here. Moderately. Anyway, I'm going to have to start doing this. Is a fan. Fans are very important. Oxygen is very, very important for plants. Indoor growing. I need a new fan for there. I had a small fan. It was not sufficient enough. Was not sufficient enough. I did it last year and it was just, it'll dry out your plants. Like the burning, it could burn the leaves. This is a stronger light. People have been asking me to do grow light videos as well. These, I actually have done a video on pretty much every single thing you could ever think of. They're just not always into small 5-minute videos. But I don't always have time to do those and process them. That's why I go live a lot. Once again, look on both sides of the marker. Oh, hey. Another thing I do, I don't know if anybody does this, but you guys could start doing this. It will help you. When you start transplanting them in a small area, technically, and especially mapping out your grow, technically you don't need a whole bunch of markers per each plant because you know what that small lot is, especially when you map out your grow. So you would pull out most of your tags, right? Yeah, that's fine. That works. That's fine. However, I have learned a helpful hint. If you leave your tags in there, when you go to pick your peppers, you could grab one of the tags and put it into your bowl, container, basket, wheelbarrow, dump truck, a kid's shirt that's holding it, like or your shirt that picking up your, not to show my belly button. Nobody wants to see that. Like nobody. But you keep the tags and put them with your basket. Because some peppers look alike. And I'm telling you, I noticed a direct correlation with my attitude and my mood is the less I stay off Facebook, or the more I stay off Facebook, the happier I am. It is so disappointing seeing people selling stuff or growing stuff that is not right because something got mixed up. Either it was them or somebody else. I'm like, oh man. All that time and work into something, you know? It's crazy. And things are getting crossed. We're losing our strains. That's why isolation is very, very important. People, even my own friends say, dude, pickles, for the love of God, stop using isolation. Quit throwing it out like Chinese stars. Seriously, pickles. And, you know, I listen to those people. I listen to everybody. And I'm like, you know what? If they're saying it, that means other people are thinking it too. So I think about it. Yeah, I try not to mention isolation all the time. Believe it or not, I get chastised in pepper groups because $5.49 is too expensive. And I'm like, well, I isolate. You go out, isolate. I'm 49 cents cheaper than some of these Joe Schmoes, Schmuckers. And they go ahead and criticize my prices, yet I isolate and have a website. You know, it all comes into play of the business stance. So I got that done. I'm not even going to water it yet. What else can I do? There's plenty to do. We don't run out of work here. We're going to do this. All right, we are definitely going to go into this. All right, so we're going to get to comments, questions, concerns. Dang, transplanting already? I thought it was a month early. I usually start. Hello, Wes. Something about gardening system. Buy your seeds and have been excellent. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I have nothing to drink here. Somebody get me some water. All right. I'm going to check my mail and I'll be back because I was just curious. So give me a second. I still have a life to live. One life to live. went to go check my mail, and I went 3 minutes too early. No man's next door. I need coffee as well. Get that man some coffee. All right, so let's do some more dirt. Let's bring it closer, that way we can get production up. Get your production up, Pickles. I was just talking to a co-worker before the pepper company. It was about 8 years ago. I still hang out with some people I used to work with. And, we were laughing about some of the bosses. They would go, I called it the coffee and cigarette tour. That's what the bosses would do. I don't know how that's going to last. And they would get all coffeeed up more than me. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. These bosses would get more coffeeed up than I ever would. And they just start screaming stuff. You know, you don't even know what these bosses would start screaming. Get your fingers out of your butts. Come on, man. Get that production up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm like, dude, I already made my quota 3 hours early. There we go. Do more. Yeah, I'm glad I work for myself now. I couldn't stand work. Some of the companies I worked at were pretty harsh. They'd put you on a 2-person job. I just broke that plant. Did overgrow these a little bit. And they put you on a lot of companies I worked at before. We put you on a two-person job, work your butt off, give you a crappy raise. These were all motivation for me to start my own company. You know, and my area became flooded with temp services. My opinion, my fact is that they're, well, for the most part, I'm going to make sure I spell this right. Scams. So, you know, nothing like going to apply to a job and then they'd say, no. You need to go to a temp service. I'm like, freaking kidding me? You freaking kidding me? You want to, that's like saying, hey, you want to hire me? You want to hire me, but you're going to create a middleman so you don't have to pay me benefits or raises, and then you can get rid of me anytime you want. And that's no job security. Even if you do get hired on, it prolongs to getting benefits, health benefits, stuff like that. I don't mean to get into politics, but this all came into play as why I own a company. So, all right, this tray is done. Comments, questions, concerns. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Sometimes the little things in life. Ooh, careful pouring this. I'll kill my plants. Really make your days better, the little things. Remember, a friend of mine was talking a mile a minute one time, and I can't remember what he was talking about. The subject material was something I was interested in, and you couldn't get a word in edgewise. And my friend just continued saying these initials, and I had no clue what they meant. TCB. He's like, so this is what you do. He owned another company. I think he was talking about his company. He's like, you do this, you do that, you do that. And then at the end of the day, it's TCB. TCB. So, you're always doing TCB. Always got to get that TCB. TCB. So, anyway, I'm like, dude, what's TCB? Hold on. I don't want to lose my train of thought. So, TCB. TCB. I'm like, dude, for the love of God. What's TCB? Taking care of business. You seriously just came up with that from a song, right? Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business in every way. All right, another tray done. Taking care of business. I see. I'm at 13 people. If I continue singing this song, it'll just drop. Smash that thumbs up. Taking care of business every day. All right, I had to get more cups. All right, I got to transplant more cups. Fill it up into the bag. Come squeeze this, hit it lightly. You want the soil up about here. Like I mentioned before, some people I've noticed some videos or pictures, posts, and their soil will be here. Well, you're actually creating a shadow, and you need light for the plant, which is photosynthesis. You're actually cutting some of that out. You'll do better if you fill it up. And that's called taking care of business in every way. Taking care of business every day. So all my morning orders have been shipped. I think I got a couple more as I did this video. I got a stick in here. Interesting, fun. They were not taking care of business while they put that in there. They did not take care of the business. Since I've been on the TCB kick, I lost one person watching. Smash that thumbs up. I'm trying to get 4,000 watch hours. I don't get paid to do this, but it would be nice if I did, because I can get more work done. And this is part of a community thing. It does promote my company though too. But it would be nice to get a paycheck from YouTube, which would be small. So that's one of my goals. We can do that. Oh, I want to bring something else up. Little helpful hint. I'll do it here. These are mirror. When I start pulling the plant out, people pulling the plant, stuff like that, that can break it. What I do is I squeeze underneath and pull. Let's see. Yes, I think it does. Yes, it does. It does. Oh, hello. Do this daily, you'll get her done. You need to get seeds for the red crystal spike peppers. Is that ahi crystal with spikes? I'm not even sure. You can send me a message or a picture on Facebook in every way. Do this daily and you'll get her done. Hello, Kevin. Brandon says, you seem to be in a very good mood today. Love the attitude. I'm eating Dino nuggets with ghost pepper hot sauce. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm in a decent mood. Last few days I've been burned out, but I'm trying to relax a little bit, and it brings me back. Let's see. All right, let's keep transplanting. Oops. Too much. Also, when you're transplanting, what you want to do is keep up with your roots. People are like, well, I make an exception to the rule. When the sprouts come up like this, I usually transplant them. And then I put them in a red Solo cup. And when the roots are completely filled in here, that's when I go to the 1 gallon. Oh, okay. Ooh, I need paper. Not COVID. Not COVID. Not COVID. Not COVID. I just breathed in dirt. I breathe in dirt all day. I get the fumes from the seeds all day. We're done with this part. So we got 13. Smash that thumbs up. These are very important. Why didn't I grow more of these? Why didn't you grow more of their pickles? Well, there's still time. There's my other phone. Yeah, I need 4,000 watch hours, and I'm at like 33. You guys can share this if you wish. And people looking for seeds, jppepperseeds.com. Okay, so just transplanting here. Did anybody catch what I did not do? I didn't put cinnamon for root hormone. So let's do that, and I'll get to comment sections. I love picking what I'm growing per year. There we go. Lightly dusted. Actually, a little bit more than lightly dusted. Another reason to cough. I want to get this going right away. So, guys coming in late, you could let me know how many plants you're going to be growing this year. All right. I do need this done. Let's do it. You can do it if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. You can dance. You can dance. Safety dance. What the hell? What the hell is a safety dance? Let's put that down. This is not an exclusive, but a very rare type. I will get into it next year and with some requirements. We'll get into that another time. If there's any writings on this, I'll disregard that. I'll clean it off with a little acetone. Acetone is in fingernail polish. So you want to clean off your markers, fingernail polish. The thinner ones, they will become brittle and break. These are like more disposable ones. Remember, if there's writing on the other side, mark it off. One more for this. Make sure it's finally watered. I should be getting into the better tags. Kind of interesting. All right, so this is done. And I'm going to have to put on more grow lights here today. All right. Oh, crap. It's all coming together, man. Like the way it used to be when I lived on Jamaica. When I lived on Jamaica, people said, hey, man, where did you live on Jamaica? Because I lived on Jamaica. I said, right down by the beach, man. Jamaica's all beach. I did not come from Jamaica. Brandon says, I plan on filling my backyard with about 50 to 60 pots. I plan on selling the peppers at my local farm. That's cool. It's always good to put your money back into your grow. Around 300 plants, 75 different varieties. Awesome. Walker, Texas Pepper says, any plans on Brazilian orchid seeds? Watch Pepper Princess eat one on her channel. Looks awesome. Brazilian orchid seeds. I'm going to say that again. Brazilian orchid seeds. People are renaming stuff, so it might be renamed. It might be something new. It might not be renamed. I can't judge because I don't know. Yeah, I swear to you, I heard that before, and I think it was nothing more than a bishop hat. I don't know. I can't legitimately say. So I'm gonna have to look at that. I'll take a mental note to watch Princess Pepper's Princess, whatever her name is. Somebody knows her. I know that. Lives in the same area. And Brazilian orchid from Pepper Princess. Okay. Pepper looks like a flower. Okay. You know, believe it or not. Yeah, some of you guys would get mad if you knew how many stuff I've never released that I've been working on that I could have. Some of the stuff is low seed count. That actually symbolizes instability in genetics, which can go in between species. Like a lot of times when you do crosses, you want a Capsica chinense or a Capsica annum or Capsicum pubescens, stuff like that. But when you do an interspecies, they'll take sometimes, and then they'll kaput by F3, I've learned. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to conclude this. I'm going to take a break. I did not eat. I can always come back and do an eating video. But I'm going to take a small break. I've been live for almost 2 hours. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. jppepperseeds.com if people recommend. You know what looks like a starfish is $1. What is it? Dollar. Sand dollar. There's a sand dollar. So, I don't know. Maybe it's that. I have not grown sand dollars in a while. Much love, everybody. jppepperseeds.com. People looking for seeds, please drop my link. There's a bunch of people in groups looking for seeds and like, nobody dropped my link or it's getting deleted. Some of the groups, it's probably getting deleted because administrators sell seeds on all these groups now and they just delete all the competition. And my name never gets mentioned. Hardly at all anymore. Do you realize I was number 1 or number 2 on Facebook? Recommended on all sites? That changed quickly when everybody started selling seeds. Interesting how that worked out. So, check you later. Maybe I'll be back later.